Should a woman approach a man that she likes or has feelings for? Absolutely. I think she should. I know that this is an unpopular stance that I'm taking on this subject matter, but I promise if you give me a few minutes of your time, I'll make sense to you. Typically, when the issue of men and women come into the light, women are considered to be the prized possession. Women are considered to be the ones that men should chase after, should sought after. And to that I say, it is true. I cannot dispute that. But I need you to understand that I'm talking about approach, not chased after. These are two different words. And a lot of people that believe women should never or women should not approach a man usually have a couple of arguments, a couple of reasons. Number one, the fear of rejection. Most women are afraid that if they approach a man and he flat out turns them down, it's going to hurt their pride. It's going to hurt their womanhood. Rejection is something that they cannot deal with. Or worst case scenario, if they approach a man and he goes around telling people that this woman approached me, is going to bring a lot of shame and disgrace to her. That is true, and that is a valid argument. But let me say this. What if you approach this man and instead of turning you down, he accepts you? What if you approach this man and instead of telling the world that you approach him, he changes the narrative and say that he's glad that he met the angel or the woman of his life? It's possible. The point I'm trying to make here is there is always going to be two sides to the story. It just depends on how you see things. It just depends on which side you fall on. Number two, another reason why a lot of women refuse to approach a man is because they have been indoctrinated with this notion that it is a man's role to chase after a woman, that, ever since they were young, this is what they've been taught. This is what they have been embedded into their head, and they haven't really taken the time to sit down and think about this whole approach situation. So I understand that. Here's what I'm going to do. In this video, I'm going to give you 5 reasons why I think it is absolutely okay for a woman to approach a man that she likes, a man that she has feeling for. I am Emmanuel Smart. I make videos about relationship. Without wasting no time, let's get right into it. The first reason why I believe that it is okay for a woman to approach a man that she likes, a man that she has feelings for, is because women know exactly what they want. Ever since they were little kids, they have this image in their head of the perfect man for them. And when a woman sees a man that she likes, there's nothing wrong with going up to him and initiating a conversation. Which brings me to the very definition of the word approach. What does approach mean? If you check the dictionary, it will tell you that approach is about making the first move, making the first step. It's about meeting someone for the very first time, talking to them for the very first time, or dealing with a problem. So if you meet someone and you talk to them, usually you ask a question, you send a request, you make a demand. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. If we're going to take things contextually, it will tell you that approach is about meeting someone and letting them know of your desire, probably maybe if you're interested in them. And this can be done verbally, and some people are very good at sending nonverbal cues, So I want to let women in on a little secret. You see, most guys are nervous. It doesn't matter how well dressed they are. It doesn't matter how well spoken they are. But most men are nervous and they are afraid to talk to a woman. You could see a guy that likes you. You could see a guy that absolutely want to get to know you, but he's afraid. He's afraid of rejection. So as a woman, if you like a guy, initiate the first step. It doesn't take anything away from you. It doesn't make you less than a woman. It doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you a weak woman. It doesn't reduce you by any standard of the society. The second reason why I believe a woman should approach a man that she likes, a man that she's developing feelings for, is because it is either going to confirm the feelings that you have, or is going to deny them. Look at it this way. If you like a guy and you decide to engage in a conversation, one or two things could happen. The first thing that could happen is that everything that you had imagined in your head, every imagery that you have will be confirmed. When you talk to him and you find out that he has a great personality, and you find out that you like him and he's exactly who you thought he is or he was, that is a great thing, because it just confirmed whatever things that you had in your head. Number two, if you approach this guy and you're talking to him and it turns out that he's a very different person from what you imagine, maybe his body is producing some bad odor, maybe he's talking about things that you have no interest in, or maybe just talking to him, you realize that this is not the man that I want. So this is the main reason why I think a woman should approach a man, because it's going to confirm the feelings that you have, or it's going to deny them, and it will help to give you that clarity whether you should move forward or you should look for someone else. The third reason why I believe a woman should approach a man that she likes, a man that she's developing feelings for, is because you never judge a book by its cover, right? There are times where you see this guy, he's handsome, he's good looking, he has all the physical attributes that you desire in a man. But when you approach him, when you talk to him and you show some sort of interest in him, guess what's going to happen? It's either he reciprocates those interests or he goes out there and start running his mouth. So if you meet a man that you thought was your perfect match, and it turns out that this guy is, his mouth is very loose, he goes out there and start talking to people and start, just bragging of how you approach him. I understand it can seem at first that your reputation is going to take a hit, but what you are getting is valuable information. At least you understand the kind of man he is. At least you understand, before even going deeper with him, you know exactly the kind of person he is. So what do? Walk up to him and tell him, listen, I approach you. Now I'm telling you that I'm not interested in you. So you have the power to start something, and you have the power to end it. When you start something, when you start talking to a man and you notice that he runs his mouth, he goes to different people and toot his own horn, that's an indication that that's not the right man for you. The fourth reason why I think it is okay for a woman to approach a man is because this could very well be your one chance at true love. At the beginning of this video, I talked about how there are always going to be two sides to a story. It just depends on which side you fall on or how you choose to look at things. If you meet a man, he's either going to reciprocate your feelings or he's going to ignore you. And I said, what if he likes you? Oftentimes women have good intuition. Sometimes when you are just looking at a man, the eye contact, the emotion that you feel just by staring at him could say a lot. But what if this guy is an introvert? What if this guy has no confidence when it comes to talking to women? He loves you, but he needs a little bit of help. So what you can do is, you don't necessarily have to tell him that, hey, I like you, but you can make it easy for him. Smile, wave, walk up to him and say, you have a nice smile, compliment him. This can very well be the man of your dreams, but he just needs a little push. He just needs to know that whatever he's feeling for you is the same thing that you are feeling for him. So if you let your pride, your ego, and you let whatever ignorant lessons that society has taught you, then you're going to lose your one and only true love. So if you love a man, give him a hint, send some nonverbal cues, do some things that will let him know that this woman is interested in me, but without you actually opening your mouth and say, listen, I'm interested in you, I want to be with you. So this is a food for thought. Consider it. The fifth reason why I believe it is okay to approach a man that you like is because it makes you obedient to your human nature. Let me also just dispel some misconceptions. There is nothing wrong with approaching a man. It doesn't make you needy. It doesn't make you desperate. It doesn't make you stupid. It doesn't make you less than a woman. These are all so-called attachments, negative attachments that have been given by the society. If you like a person, walk up to them and tell them. If you're hungry, you let everybody know that you're hungry, right? So what is wrong with obeying the call of nature? What is wrong with answering the call of nature? Worst case scenario, a man rejects you. You learn a valuable lesson. Best case scenario, you find the love of your life. You help him. You find the love of your life. The only thing I can say is that because some people have some pride, maybe I might just say get to know someone, which is what the approach is all about. You get to know them. You tell them that, listen, I like you, but I want to get to know you. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem here is most women have encountered a lot of immature men, a lot of, I can't even find the right word to describe them. But when you have been dealing with a certain caliber of men that are immature, that have the emotional intelligence of a little kid, then I can understand why you hold this notion that I will never talk to a man, I will never approach a man. If he doesn't say anything to me, I'm just going to keep quiet. But I guarantee you, there are some men out there that are intelligent, that are smart, that are decent. And it is actually refreshing when a woman meets a guy and just initiate a conversation. I don't know where this started from, where people think that it's just wrong for a woman to talk to a guy, but we have to change that. Now, I don't want you to just take my word for it. I want you to think about it. As a woman, I want you to sit down and think about this. If you like a guy, take away the society mentality. Take away what you have been taught. Forget about even what I'm saying. I just need you to just sit down and think about it. If you like someone, what is wrong with going against your feeling? What is wrong with going up to that person and saying, listen, I am Mary, I am whatever your name is, and I've noticed you've been coming here a lot. Can we be friends? Can we talk? Can we chat? Tell me, why do you like this place? There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's all about, how you feel. Remember, no one can make you feel less worthy, or no one can make you feel inferior unless you give them the consent. You agree to feeling that you are inferior. So, in my honest opinion, I think if you're a woman, you like a man, tell him. You could choose to do that verbally, or you could choose to do that non-verbally by sending cues and by, just saying some things here and there. It could catch his attention. I hope I've managed to persuade you. And if I haven't, I think you should watch this video again. Maybe you'll get the point. So, thank you. I'm going to stop here. But before I do, if you have a counter argument as to why you should not approach a man, I'd love to hear it. And remember, this is all about learning. It's all about relationship. My goal here is not to insult anyone. My goal here is not to say that your beliefs are wrong, but to help you understand, to help you see things from a different point of view. So thank you so much for watching. Leave me your thoughts in the comment section. Like, share this video, and I'll see you in the next one.